It was just another boring Friday afternoon in calculus class, until the intercom crackled to life with the dean's panicked voice telling us, "This is not a drill," and the nightmare began. It was a typical boring day, a Friday afternoon in calculus, 7th period. Everyone was checked out, just counting down the minutes until the bell rang for spring break. Our teacher was pretty laid back, so instead of a lesson, he had us playing some online trivia game on the projector. I remember my friend had just guessed the logo for Adidas when the intercom crackled to life. It was the dean's voice, but it was wrong. It was high, frantic, tight, with a panic I'd never heard before. He said, "This is not a drill. All teachers initiate lockdown procedures now." The air just left the room. Our teacher, this usually chill guy, went sheet white. He sprinted to kill the lights and herded us all into the back corner, whispering for us to be absolutely silent. We sat there, a pile of teenagers trying not to breathe, for what felt like forever. Then the low, constant hum from the electrical panel in the back of the room just stopped. The power had been cut. We all exchanged looks in the dim light. This was serious. A few minutes later, we heard it, a man screaming. Not yelling, not shouting, screaming from the bottom of his lungs, raw and unhinged, coming down the hallway. Two girls in the class started crying softly, which just twisted the fear in my gut into something colder. The screams got closer, accompanied now by the deafening, metallic bang of fists or something slamming into lockers. And his words cut through the door, "I'll kill all of you." My teacher shushed us desperately, his own eyes wide. We were all looking at each other, seeing our own terror reflected back. Then the banging shifted. It wasn't on lockers anymore. It was on our classroom door, a heavy, rhythmic thud that shook the frame. One of the crying girls let out a choked sob, a whispered no, and that seemed to set him off more. He started yelling, open UP, over the pounding. It felt like an eternity, him just beating on that door while we sat frozen. I remember thinking, very clearly, that I was going to die in my calculus class. And then, as suddenly as it started, it stopped. The pounding ceased. We heard his screams, fading, moving down the hallway until there was nothing but a ringing silence and the sound of our own shaky breaths. It felt like half an hour, but it was probably only 10 minutes later when the intercom clicked back on. The dean's voice was there, shaky but trying for calm. He explained that an unstable individual had entered the building, assaulted the front desk attendant, and fled. A sweep had been done. They couldn't find him. We were to resume class but keep the doors locked. No one was to leave for any reason. The rest of the day passed in a numb blur, but the story didn't end there. The most disturbing part came later, through rumors that snaked through the school for weeks after. One of the night janitors, doing his rounds after we'd all gone home, found a man asleep in a storage closet near the back of the school. And sticking out of his pocket, they said, was the handle of a gun, a .44 Magnum. The janitor, probably startled, must have left the door ajar or made a noise, because by the time anyone called the police, the man was gone. Just gone. The closet was empty. To this day, my entire class, as far as I know, has no idea if that man was ever found. We finished the school year. We graduated. But sometimes, late at night, I'll remember the silence after the pounding stopped, and I'll wonder. I like to think he got the help he needed, but the part of me that sat in that dark corner, that part isn't so sure. Have you ever been in a situation where you truly feared for your life? Share your story in the comments. If this unsettled you, follow for more chilling true stories.